I'm Jasmine Cacho, bringing you today's burning issues and the hottest news here on News Force.
Here are today's headlines. President Marcos Jr. vows to save seafarers' jobs in EU under Marcos administration. NTC releases IRR of SIM card registration law. PhilHealth contribution to increase to fund expanded primary project. DepEd orders earthquake fire drills in schools. Team USA set to play in Philippines for 2023 FIBA World Cup. SB19 drops new single Niebe and homecoming concert details. Fair and balanced news. Comprehensive reports that will take you to the heart of the action. This is News Force.
For today's top story, President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. appoints new National Irrigation Administration head. Max Legaspi fills us in with the details.
Former PD Ilocos Norte Mayor Eddie Guillen has been named acting administrator of the National Irrigation Administration by President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. Guillen's appointment was confirmed by Office of the Press Secretary Officer in Charge or OIC Undersecretary Cheloy Garafil. Guillen, a civil engineer, will also join the NIA Board of Directors. Guillen took his oath of office yesterday before Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin at Malacanang. Guillen took over for Benny Antiporda, who had been suspended by the Office of the Ombudsman after allegations of serious misconduct, harassment, and oppression by some of NIA's employees. For Golden Nation Network, this is Max Legaspi.
Meantime, President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. stated that the government was doing everything possible to help the Philippines pass the European Maritime Safety Agency or EMSA's evaluation, which the nation has failed to do so since 2006 in order to prevent the loss of employment for the estimated 50,000 Filipino seafarers employed on vessels flying the flag of the European Union or EU. President Marcos Jr. assured Filipino seafarers that the government agencies involved in the maritime industry and the country were working very hard to comply with EU standards. In other news, the SIM Card Registration Act's implementing rules and regulations were made public by the National Telecommunications Commission. JC Ogaire has a full report.
Filipinos must register their SIM cards according to a law that President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. approved in October. The administration claimed that the action could aid in reducing fraud and other crimes. However, the measure's opponents claimed that this would result in data breaches and privacy abuses. Under the IRR, subscribers have 180 days from the effectivity of the law to register their SIM cards. The registration may be extended for a period not exceeding to 120 days. All SIMs, including embedded SIMs or eSIMs and SIMs intended for data only or used for fixed wireless broadband modem, are subject for registration. Failure to register an existing SIM within the period prescribed will result in an automatic deactivation of the SIM. The deactivated SIM may only be reactivated after registration, provided that the reactivation will be made not later than 5 days after such automatic deactivation. The law will take off on December 27, 2022, and public telecommunications entities are ordered to establish secure online SIM registration platforms. For Golden Nation Network, this is JC Ogaire.
For health updates as of December 12, the Department of Health or DOH has recorded 1,115 new COVID-19 infections and a total of 18,355 active coronavirus cases. The nationwide COVID-19 positivity rate in the country is at 12.4%. Meanwhile, regions and provinces with the most number of COVID-19 cases are National Capital Region with 387, Cavite with 70, Cebu with 52, Rizal with 41, and Laguna with 38. Moving on, the Philippine Army supports the revival of the Reserve Officers Training Course or ROTC program to be prioritized. Army spokesperson Colonel Sergius Trinidad pointed out that ROTC plays a heavy role in part of the military's long-term reserve force development plan. Moreover, President Marcos Jr. stated that ROTC aims to train students for national defense and disaster preparedness. The Philippine Armed Forces assured the public that it is constantly patrolling the country's territorial waters in the West Philippine Sea. Max Legaspi for the full report.
In response to reports from the National Task Force on West Philippine Sea or WPS Information Working Group, the Armed Forces of the Philippines or AFP stated that it remains ready to act as directed by the Commander-in-Chief. AFP spokesman Colonel Medel Aguilar states, "Your AFP, through the Western Command in Palawan, continues to carry out our constitutional duty to protect and defend our sovereignty and territorial integrity through maritime patrols in the West Philippine Sea." The military stated that it has observed ongoing and repeated violations of the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea by foreign vessels, which are being reported to and addressed by relevant agencies. The AFP has increased maritime patrols in the area since Chinese Coast Guard and maritime militia boats began swarming WPS in recent years. Other relevant government agencies and law enforcement bodies, such as the Philippine Coast Guard and the Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources, have also collaborated with the Philippine Navy. For Golden Nation Network, this is Max Legaspi.
For today's weather bulletin, according to the Philippine Atmospheric, Geophysical and Astronomical Services Administration or PAGASA, the low pressure area or LPA was estimated based on all available data at 1,020 kilometers east of extreme northern Luzon. With this, cloudy skies with rains will be felt at Batanes, Cagayan including Babuyan Islands, and Apayao. Meanwhile, partly cloudy to cloudy skies with light rains is expected over Ilocos region, the rest of Cordillera Administrative Region, and the rest of Cagayan Valley. Meanwhile, Metro Manila and the rest of the country will experience partly cloudy to cloudy skies with isolated rain showers or thunderstorms. Coming up next, a news force. House OK's bill granting 3,000 pesos allowance and other benefits to barangay officials. PCG forbids passengers of ships and boats in bringing fireworks on board. PhilHealth contribution to increase to fund expanded primary project. Stay tuned for more stories and reports when News Force returns.